Come check out what I've picked up in 2024. It seems that most of my videos, I'm giving you guys some advice around what you should buy, what you should invest in, and ultimately never showing anything that I do. There's lots of tips and tricks to do with Pokemon card investing. There's lots of sets and booster boxes that I suggest to buy, and there's lots of stats and analysis, but I never show what I've picked up. So let's just cut to the chase, hey, and I'm going to show you what I've bought for my collection and investment purposes so far in 2024. Let's start off with the first one, Paldean Fates. Now, this isn't a product that I'm investing in. This Elite Trainer box is a product that I'm adding to the collection. I think if you've watched this for a while, I've always had a bit of a balance between collecting and investing. So I love to have a collection. I love to display things, as you can probably tell by the background of the videos. But I also love to invest. Now, when it comes to Paldean Fates, I don't see this as an investment vehicle yet. I probably was a little bit harsh on Paldean Fates. When it first came out, or in fact, probably just before it was about to release, I gave it a bit of a jab and said that it's Shining Fates 2.0. Now, I probably need to go back on my words a little bit and rewind a bit there. It's a better set than Shining Fates. It's not as good, and I'll stand by my words, it's certainly not as good as Hidden Fates, but it's not as bad as what I said it was. It's a slightly stronger set than Shining Fates. If you were to rank them personally, I think Hidden Fates is an A or an A plus tier set. It's not quite an S tier set. It's very close. It's, like I said, A or A plus. Shining Fates would definitely be a C tier set. And I think Paldean Fates would fall in the middle. It's probably a B, maybe pushing towards a B+, but no, definitely for me, it falls as a B tier set. And if it's a B tier set, I don't see it as an investment vehicle. So Paldean Fates for me, this is just what I've added to the collection. And I can't really spin this one round on the turntable because there's not quite enough room, but Scarlet and Violet 151 Ultra Premium Collection. We all know how good Scarlet and Violet 151 is, and Japanese 151. It's brought countless collectors and, to a lesser extent, investors back into the hobby, but mostly collectors, people that grew up with the 151 original Pokemon and have just got back into the hobby because of this set. It's a very, very special set. I've said countless times, I don't think English 151 is as good as Japanese 151. We don't have that rarity of the Master Ball Holo. We also don't have two additional cards inside the set. I will show you, of course, what they are, or these three which come, especially that Mew Special Illustration Rare and the Mewtwo Special Illustration Rare that come in the Japanese 151 set, but come as promos in English 151 set. For me, this isn't an investment piece. Again, it's part of the collection. I predict it will go up in value. It's such a great set. It's such a great box. This is the biggest and best box or product you can buy for English 151. It has the most packs. It has the awesome promos. It's a very tough sort of box to ship. It will be quite costly when it comes time to shipping, and it doesn't have the best storage capability. It's very big and bulky, so it's going to make it hard to store multiples in a small space. So for those sort of reasons, it's not an investment piece for me. I've bought a fair few, as you can see, a couple in the background. There's a fair few 151 Elite Trainer boxes, which I've probably dipped a little bit more heavily into for investments. I won't show them off because we don't need to show two 151 pieces. Hey, while we're on the topic of collecting and investing, just a quick side note when it comes to YouTube, it seems that YouTube somewhat changed its algorithm for 2024, and I've noticed and spoken to and talked to and emailed and chatted to a lot of sort of Pokemon guys that are in the YouTube space and hobby, and a lot of people are probably finding it a little bit harder in 2024. Views perhaps are down a little bit, and therefore, as a result, income from creating content, mainly through AdSense revenue, is also down a little bit. So I guess from my perspective, If you wanted to help out in any way, shape or form, one of the main ways you could do so is by becoming a channel member. All you need to do is click on the homepage and sign up. It's very cheap. It gives you access to just shooting me an email and having a chat about Pokemon investing or anything else if you want to, but of course mainly about Pokemon investing. Also, another thing is, and I've seen a few other people reach out in this regards, if you find the content that's being created and that you're consuming beneficial to you, and you think it's worth a super thanks in the term of some sort of monetary give back, you can certainly click that super thanks button and donate to the channel. Obviously, it helps keep content tick along. It's a sort of timely process to generate and create content on top of full-time work, as I'm sure most PokeTubers have realised. So if you find the content value that would be valuable, that would be very, very much appreciated. Before I talk about this little beauty spinning around on the turntable at the moment, I just wanted to point out the two Paradox Rift Elite Trainer boxes in the background. That's another thing, of course, I've bought for 2024 as part of the collection. And in fact, while that 151 booster box is spinning around, I might also grab out this just to showcase. Hop off the turntable for a second, mate. That's another one that, of course, has been added to the collection for 2024. Again, I don't see Paradox Rift at the moment as an investment vehicle for me. I literally just buy a new booster box of every single set that comes out, and both versions, if there is two, of the Elite Trainer boxes that come out. Why? Because I like collecting it. But back onto the main man at hand, which is, of course, that Japanese 151 booster box. This is something I am investing in. I've been buying as many Japanese 151 booster boxes at the right price, of course, as I possibly can. I think this is a better set than English 151. I can see it skyrocketing in the future. I can see it going to the same sort of places that we've seen EV Heroes go to, and I just think this set is an absolute home run in terms of investment piece. Now I want to show you 3 English sets that I've just been buying as many booster boxes as I possibly can, and of course, again, at the right price. Starting off with Astral Radiance. I think this is a little bit of a sleeper set. It didn't cop the reprint that Lost Origin and Silver Tempest copped about, it'd be probably over 6 months ago now. Probably nearly 8 months ago. When would it have been? September, October, thereabouts? 6, 7 months ago. It didn't, which is lucky for Astral Radiance. The hard thing is, it doesn't have that massive chase card, does it? Like, it doesn't have the Evolving Skies Umbreon, it doesn't have the Fusion Strike Gengar, it doesn't have the Lost Origins Giratina, it doesn't have the Silver Tempest Lugia. But there's just something nice about this set. I think a few of the old arts in it are undervalued. I think those Origin form Dialga and Palkias are undervalued. That Machamp is a beautiful card, and also the trainer gallery that comes inside this set is a fair bit stronger than what it's given credit. Particularly, of course, that Starmie with Misty in it. I think that's got room to grow. I think the whole set has room to grow. I think it's still, at the price point that it is, a very, very good pickup, and I'm buying as many of them as I possibly can. Is it Cosmic Eclipse? It's sort of that set, isn't it? If you look back, there's always similar sets throughout each era, isn't there? You know, Astral Radiance, Cosmic Eclipse. It's got that same sort of vibe. Dialga, Palkia, you know, the Time Space Warp, but it's certainly no Cosmic Eclipse. I'm not calling it that, but I just think it's got some sneaky room for growth. So I've been buying as many of those as I possibly can. Another one, I said there was 3 English sets that I'm buying as many as I possibly can. Of course, Lost Origin. This is one hell of a set. I think arguably it's the second strongest Sword and Shield set behind Evolving Skies. It's got the second biggest chase card out of the whole Sword and Shield era, which is, of course, that beautiful Giratina V. The artwork and the precedent that card set for future artworks across Pokemon is absolutely phenomenal and shouldn't be underrated. The trainer gallery inside this set is the strongest of the 4 trainer gallery sets throughout the Sword and Shield era. It is stronger than Brilliant Stars, it is stronger than Astral Radiance, and it is stronger than Silver Tempest. It has 3 beautiful Pikachu trainer gallery cards inside there. There's also a Gengar, there's a Charizard. Like, it is a strong, strong trainer gallery. And this set's potential for growth shouldn't be underestimated. We've already seen after the reprint a dip to price, and it's already returned back to and eclipsing previous levels of growth. So this set I don't think will slow down anytime soon. I've been trying to pick as many of these up for sub 240 Australian dollars across the last few weeks as I possibly can. Literally 3 weeks ago I could buy these for 220 Australian, and now you're struggling to find one for 250. So it's taken a $30 or about a 12 to 15% increase in the last 2 weeks alone. This set, I can guarantee, it's just going to keep moving north. And the third one that I've really been focusing on is this one. Gets a lot of airtime, Fusion Strike. Is it as good as Evolving Skies or Lost Origin? No, not quite. But it has some amazing understated chase cards inside it. Personally, I prefer the Espeon to the Umbreon in terms of artwork. Yeah, they've got the same sort of vibe, like the VMAX Evolution chilling on top of a house, or the Moonryon, of course, reaching for the moon. Personally, I prefer the Espeon, but it is, of course, personal taste. The Gengar VMAX, it doesn't do I get the cards cool, but personally, the artwork doesn't do a great deal for me, but I get the cards cool, and I can see why people are interested. There's 2 Mews inside this set. In alt arts, there's a Mew VMAX alt art and a Mew V alt art. There's a Celebi alt art. There's an Inteleon alt art. This set is stunning and deserves the future price rise that it's going to get. In Australia, these have been cheap, and I've been harping on about these for a long time, that if you don't buy them now, you're going to miss the boat. They're out of sale on Pokemon Center US. They're about to go out of formal rotation in about a month's time. And after that, I just cannot see this set being reprinted. Look back across the eras at all Ghost/Psychic booster box sets and let me know how they perform. And Fusion Strike is arguably just as strong, if not as strong as, or stronger, I should say, than any of those sets in the past. So those Ghost Psychic sets have always performed well. I do wish, though, that they just included, I just wish there was, imagine if there was a Mewtwo alt art in Fusion Strike. Would it be better than Evo Skies? Yeah, pull rates aren't great. I know. Everyone says Fusion Strike pull rates aren't great, and they're not. But that chase for the Gengar, the chase for the Espeon, the chase for the Mews, it's going to be on in the future. This box has some serious potential, and I think we're going to see some serious growth. So again, this is a box that I've been buying as an investment. So I like to show you things that I've picked up for my collection, and I've been wanting to show you things that I've been purchasing as part of the investment journey. And finally, wanted to show you these. A lot of people ask me, are you a singles collector? What singles do you have? Let me have a look inside your binder. And to answer the question bluntly, I'm more a sealed collector, big time. I'm more a sealed investor. I don't invest in singles. I buy singles, but I buy singles for their artwork and what I like. And Rayquaza is one of my favorite Pokemon. I don't buy heaps of singles. I'm lucky to buy 2, 3, maybe 5 singles a month, if that. And my binder is probably nowhere near as impressive as a lot of others. The thing I like about this Rayquaza, and particularly the higher end Trainer Gallery cards, is when they finally get some texture on there. It's something that Pokemon sort of misses out on. We see it in One Piece, we see it in Dragon Ball Super. That etched, textured look just really makes a card pop. And this is one that I've picked up. Another one, Rayquaza card that I've picked up this year, is back from the EX era. When does this take us back to? 2005, I believe. That sort of Cosmos Holo pattern Rayquaza, one of my favorite Pokemon. And these are the sort of cards I pick up for my singles collection. I don't care, and lots of people probably do, but I don't. I don't care for grading. Condition matters a little bit. As you can see, this is nothing special. There's a couple of nicks on the corner. The holo pattern's pretty good. If you look at the back, there's probably a little bit of whitening in the corners as well. I try and get a neat and tidy copy. I don't want anything shredded or ripped or, severely damaged. I want something to be in good nick. But I don't care for condition. It's more the artwork and, something to stick in the binder for me. That's what I care about. I don't need to get a PSA 10 copy. I don't need to pay. I don't know what this goes for in a PSA 10. I picked this up for 15 Australian dollars, which is what, 10 US, because it's a sick Rayquaza holo. And what does this go for in PSA 10? I'm not even sure. Probably 400 or 500 Australian. What's the point for me personally? $15 versus 400 or 500. I just don't see that. Not from a collecting standpoint. I just like to collect these and have them as part of the binder. Well, there we go. A little look into some things that I've picked up in 2024 so far as part of the collection and as part of the investment journey. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz, and I'll catch everyone next time.